Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Dafuq Did I Just Watch? With your host, Kyle McLemore. This week we'll be recapping and reviewing the season finale of the Disney Marvel series Moon Knight, starring Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke. If you haven't already, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It definitely helps the show keep going, and feel free to comment any shows or movies you'd like us to review here at Dafuq. Now, in this recap and review, we will be going over most of the episode, which will include some heavy spoilers. So, if you haven't seen the episode already or seen the series, why would you be jumping in at the season finale? I don't know. But if you want to see the series without any spoilers, please pause now, go watch it, and come back, because this is your official spoiler alert! That's right, you've been officially warned. So a little recap from last week. Episode ended with our imaginary friend Steven getting frozen in the sands, and our hero Mark in heaven, basically. Open up this episode, and we flash back to the moment hero shot two straight into Mark's chest, and he's got Amit's little idol in his hand, and he's like, "Fuck yeah, I did it, I'm awesome." His little staff does like a peel back thing and turns into like a crocodile mouth, and it's fucking dope. It sounds weird to say that, but like, it's fucking cool. Layla's in the background, and she's following him secretly as he goes around just sucking the souls out of anybody that isn't on the scale, I guess, or whose scales aren't balanced. He's just zapping people with no hesitation at all. Layla follows him for a while, and she's got a little plan to give him a little shank. And just before she's about to, our hippo friend Tawedit is talking to her through all these dead bodies that are surrounding her, saying like, "Don't do it." Mart says don't do it. And she's like, "Mart?" And she's like, "Yeah, seriously, just follow him. He's crazy powerful. Little Shanky Shank ain't gonna do shanky shit. So just follow him. Trust Tawedit, the hippo, on this one." And she's like, "All right, what do I got to lose, right?" Harold keeps on his path of just kicking everyone's ass. He blasts over to the Great Pyramid of Giza, and he fucking opens up the secret door, and all the other Egyptian god avatars are like, "Hey, what the fuck is going on?" And they get, of course, blah, 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 blasted by his infinite evil purple power staff. So nobody's really putting up much of a fight. Meanwhile, Layla in the background is trying to get Khonshu out of his little idol container. And how do you get a god or goddess out of their little idol? Well, it's easy. You just smash it on the ground. Harrow has his idol, and he's like, "All right, let's fucking do this." Pooh! And finally, 6 episodes, the full season, before we finally get our big reveal of our ultimate bad guy. Poof! It's fucking Amit, our crocodile goddess booty man or booty woman. I don't know. It seems kind of feminine. But yeah, we finally get our reveal of our goddess. And what an amazing crocodile she is. Like, it looks visually really, really great. They do a couple close-ups. There was also a couple close-ups on Tawedit, who the more and more I say it, it's more fun to say Tawedit. There was a close-up on her big old hippo face, and it just looked fantastic. Same with the crocodile. Anytime they get close, I was just like, ooh, spending that budget on this like CG crocodile, and it looks fantastic. Same with the hippo. I was like, "Hey, Tawedit, you are looking awesome. Like a legit hippo on 2 legs here." So our goddess pops out, and she's like, "Hey, what's up? Who fucking summoned me?" And he's like, "Oh, it was me." She's like, "Yeah, well, your scales are kind of out of whack." And he's like, "Yeah, you can judge me if you want." And she's like, "Man, you're cool. You did some good work. You're cool." Meanwhile, back in heaven, Mark is up there enjoying the fields of reeds. It's basically a big wheat field, all glowy gold colored. So he's loving it. But he's not loving it for too long, because, I mean, how much can you enjoy heaven when you know that everyone on earth is about to die and your best imaginary friend is chilling in the sands of the dead? So he's like, "Fuck this heaven shit, I'm going back." Runs back, and he's like, "Oh, Steven, I found you, but I'm turning into sand too. If only we could share this heart." Oh, wait, we can. And through the power of love, through the power of, I don't know, one body, one soul or whatever, they get to share their heart, and he fucking, "I'm alive, Mark, yeah." And they fucking jump back to the land of the living. Khonshu's like, hey, what's up? Let's fucking do this. And they're like, whoa, Khonshu, whoa. We'll do this if you agree to, like, free us from our fucking enslavement of the Moon Knight. And he's like, fuck, alright, Jesus Christ. Meanwhile, Layla got a little bit of a avatar action of her own. She's walking through the pyramid while shit's rumbling and crumbling all around her. And Talwetta hits her up being like, hey, we could totally do this avatar thing. I got a pretty sweet outfit. You might like it. And she's like, alright, let's do this, Talwetta. Comes out with this like pretty dope looking superhero outfit. Like Layla, like, all right, pretty cool superhero. And then she does this fucking swing, and like these metal wings fucking pop out while she got like these two swords on each hand. And I was like, oh shit, Layla might just be the coolest superhero of this whole show. Like even like slightly cooler looking than Moon Knight even, which is like that's pretty badass. They fly over to Cairo and start whooping some ass and fighting. Yeah, Layla fucking bulletproof wings and shit, and she's kicking ass as well. There's a really dope part where Harrow's like blasting some poor Egyptian ladies, and then Layla like, look how cool I am, blah 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 blah, kicks some ass, and this little Egyptian girl's like, what the fuck? Are you a fucking like Egyptian superhero? And she's like, you goddamn right I am. Yeah. It's like, fuck yeah, that's fucking cool as hell. So they're fighting, but can't too much to take on. Harrow's just too powerful. He eventually overpowers, and he's like got the staff like right on Mart's chest. And then we finally get our third personality. We've all been kind of suspicious that there's like a third body in this game, and then it happens again for our finale. He fucking blats out, and when he wakes up, he's got like fucking Harrow's like blade like right to his forehead, and he's like all these bodies all around him, and they're like, holy shit, Steven, Mark, what the fuck? And then Mark was like, Steven, was that you? Steven's like, nah, was that you? And then he's like, I'm like, well, we don't got time for this third personality shit. All I know is that he came in here and kicked ass, and that's what matters. So how do we do this fucking omelet thing? And they're like, well, we gotta shove him into Harrow's body, and then she'll be trapped. So they do the ceremony of the fucking spinny light, and Amit gets shoved into Harrow's body. So our goddess is locked into Harrow, and Khonshu's like, fucking do it, blah, 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 kill Harrow. And they're like, I don't know about that. And he's like, do it, or she'll be released, and she'll kill again. And they're like, all right, take it easy. You're sounding just like her, like judging people before they do any shit. How about we just let them be? And Khonshu's like, fuck, all right. And they're like, hey, Khonshu, deal's the deal, bro. You let us go, right? And he's like, fuck, all right, you're free. And then they wake up, and they're back in their London flat, like, oi, 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 oi. Everything's back to normal, oi. Or is it? Because you know it wouldn't be a Marvel TV series or movie if there wasn't a little something after the credits. So we flash into Harrow's locked up at some kind of psychiatric ward. He's all heavily sedated. And then some mystery man is like, hey, I'm here to pick this guy up. And he's like wheeling him out. And Harrow's like looking over, and there's like, that guy's fucking dead for sure. Like, what the fuck is that? And then he fucking like wheels him into a limousine, and he's like, what the shit? And Khonshu's like, what's up? I got this sweet suit with my big fucking bird head. And he's like, Khonshu, come on, bro. You can't scare me, because I know you can't hurt me, because Mark don't want to hurt me. And Khonshu's like, yeah, you're right. I really fucked up letting Mark and Steven go. Or did I? Because y'all didn't know about that third personality, did ya? Let me introduce you to my friend, Jake Lockley. And it's like, it's me. Oh, it's not me. It's not Mark. Not Steven. It's Jake. Jake from State Farm. No, he's like, oh shit, blah, blah. So, unfortunately, our awesome villain, Harrow, gets, but does anyone ever die in the Marvel Universe? He gets blah, blah, taken out, so no more Harrow. But now we have the introduction of our third personality, who we've always been suspicious of about him blacking out and neither one knowing what's going on. And we also had that third sarcophagus. It was rocking and rolling inside of our minds. So we've all been a little curious about this third person, and finally it gets revealed that it's this guy Jake. So that's the end. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff going around about whether or not Moon Knight will continue, or if Moon Knight will go for another season, or is this like a limited series kind of thing. It's hard for me to imagine that they would leave that kind of a cliffy hanger without keep going. Like, how are you going to make it a limited series but then leave the door open like that? They just barely let us peek through the crack in the door before they slammed it shut. So you can't just let me look inside and not fucking walk around the room. So I'm hoping that there will be more. Hopefully there will be more. I have enjoyed Moon Knight thoroughly. Going into the show knowing almost nothing about Moon Knight, I feel like was beneficiary. I mean, I got to be surprised and have a lot of fun trying to figure out who's who and what's going on, what's real, what's not, what's in my mind. So it's been fun. It's also interesting. So we've got Mark the American, Stephen the British, Londoner, and now we have our new Jake Lockley, who has a bit of a Spanish accent, or not even an accent. He fully speaks fluent Spanish. So also more cool variety. Even more props to Oscar Isaac. I think he is actually like Latin American. So that's like his like real heritage instead of like the British version. So it props to him. I mean, like his acting, especially when he's doing like the quick flips back and forth, was phenomenal. Layla for me was the highlight when she did that fucking swing with the wings. It was just like, oh shit, coolest superhero of the show. Somebody just stole that award right out from under your Moon Knight. Khonshu, cool. Dating the Khonshu action. It was good. It was a great season overall. Really good start to finish. Not any lows or anything. Nothing that I really disliked. It was mostly all good from Moon Knight. I enjoyed the hell out of it, which is why I'm hoping that there will be more. But yeah, sad to say this is our final Moon Knight episode. But that's been it. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Thank you so much for tuning in and riding the Moon Knight ride with me. If you haven't already, please feel free to like and subscribe. We're going to start wrapping things up. Make sure you comment any shows or movies you'd like to review now that Moon Knight is over. And we'll see you next time on Dafuq.